Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel for the GTI MK7. Today we're going to be going all over the visual cosmetics, my top 5 that I love on this GTI. And starting off first, it's not in any kind of particular order, but I want to start off with my front splitter. Ah, damn it! My front splitter is one of the first things I ever changed on this GTI. It's been one of the biggest differences. I know I wanted my car to be a little bit lower, and without having the money and the funds to actually get the coilovers, I decided to get the front splitter. The front splitter actually gives that visual illusion that your car is a lot lower to the ground. Not just that, but it actually does become a lot lower to the ground. Things that I need to take into consideration are those parking stops or parking blocks, whatever they're called. Because if you get too close, you're gonna hit the front splitter. And that's already happened to me probably once or twice, to my brother, once or twice too, and I had to fix it. Thankfully, it was fixable and it didn't break through the bumper. Another thing you have to take into consideration are dips and speed bumps. You are a lot lower to the ground, so going at a certain speed, you can also scrape the speed bump. I've had a friend who actually went too fast on a dip and his whole front bumper came off. So just some things to take into consideration when having that front splitter. Now moving on, going forward, is the coilovers. Probably one of the most expensive things I've done to this car. The coilovers were about $1,200 maybe. But the good thing about the coilovers is that they are adjustable. So when I first put them on and installed them, I put them way too low. And by having it too low, I was getting the wheel rubbing onto the fenders and the inner liner. And also my front splitter was actually a little too low because of the coilovers. So I had to actually raise it and adjust it probably like around 3 to 4 times. I had to adjust it and play with it. It doesn't bother me too much when I'm going on speed bumps. It doesn't bother me too much on dips. On the freeways where I really noticed it actually before I adjusted it really well and fine-tuned it is because when I go fast, there's like little level changes. And then when it would dip, it would scrape a lot in the wheel well. And that thing was really annoying. So coilovers, big plus. It is worth, I think, every cent to have them adjustable, because if I had lowering springs, then I would just have to deal with it. You'd go down 2-3 inches and that's it. There's no adjusting it. I used to cycle a lot a couple years ago, I want to say, because time has flown by really fast. And the roof rack, I don't use it as much as I used to. But when I installed it, man, the whole look of it completely changed. It has these little red accents on it. So it goes with the GTI with the white, red, and black, little red accents around the ride. Also with the wheels, I had little red accents, but let's go back to the roof rack. It has, it's called the windscreen. So this thing looked really nice until it started to fade. It became brittle. I think the sun just beat down on it so much and the UV just corroded it or just made it really brittle and it started breaking. It is plastic, so maybe that's why. I think I might just have to vinyl wrap it and make it look black, like if it were to be brand new. One of them, it can go in through the wheel. The other side can go in through the chops. So you have to take off the wheel. But it's a really good and useful tool because you don't want to put your bike inside the back if you're taking people or you have passengers. There's a lot more room in there that it's better used for, or it's more useful for other things. Now let's move on to the wheels. The wheels, I hated the stock wheels. The stock wheels, I feel like, made me look like it was stock. It looked like cheese graters. So I got rid of those stock wheels. I actually traded them. I traded them for these Rotiform RSEs, but at the time they weren't white. They were actually anthracite, which is like a sort of a gray color. And at that time they were super dirty. They didn't even look gray. They looked kind of brownish grayish. But I decided to plastic dip them just to see how it would look if they were white. And my brother's gonna hate me for this, but I thought white was gonna look stupid. And he wanted it, but I still did it myself just to see how it would look, and I loved it. I took it to this shop that actually does wheels. They powder coat them. So I took them, got them powder coated and ceramic coated so that way they're easier to clean. The little red accents go with the GTI and the accents it has itself. The white matches the GTI. The only complaint I have is even though they are ceramic coated, they're still pretty difficult to clean because there's so many spokes and there's little crevices and creases in between them. It's very, very time consuming to clean them. And you can't really get your hand behind the actual spokes. And it's a pain in the butt. It's really hard to clean, but once they're clean, they look amazing. I actually saw my brother drive it because he's been driving it for a while. And when you see it rolling, it looks freaking nice. The white, I don't know, it just like does this little blur. And with the accent in the middle, the little red accent, candy red, damn, that looks nice. So that's 4 things. The last thing is actually the Quadtip exhaust. It's a Remus Quadtip exhaust. I didn't want to settle for a dual tip. I was going more for cosmetics, even though it does sound nice too. But the dual tip doesn't look as full in the back as the Quadtip. I feel like the Quadtip gives it more of a personality, more of an edge. And it also came with these black chrome tips versus the regular stainless steel tips. So that's another thing that I was going for, and I actually found them. I didn't get this new, I got this used. Used, I think I spent about $1,000, even though it was used. And if it wasn't for this set, I was gonna go with the AWE track exhaust system because that sounds really, really nice as well. And another plus that's actually a bonus is it came with a diffuser. It's carbon optic. It's not carbon fiber, but it looks like carbon fiber. And it adds a really, really nice touch to the actual GTI. As you guys know, the interior of the GTI has some carbon fiber trims in it. So it's just little accents here and there that give the ride a nice little personality, nice little flair. And if you want to look closer, the tips actually have some kind of carbon fiber, carbon optic kind of design on them. Right now they are fading. I think the sun has taken a toll on most of my car. So it's not that it's sitting in the sun all the time, but when it does sit, I think it does take a toll on the little trims that I have on the ride. The sound is really nice, paired with the APR downpipe. It's freaking loud. I actually want to tune it down if I can, but the only way I think I can do that is if I add a muffler or a resonator. If not, I have to get rid of the downpipe. But I don't want to do that yet. I actually like how it looks, but the sound is a little too much for me. Especially when you're going on the freeway, you get a lot of drone. And you have passengers and you're trying to talk, it's kind of unbearable. It's kind of not that great once you're going above like 70 miles per hour. But yeah, this is the top 5 things I like about my GTI. Everything that changed from it visually, aesthetically. I think these are the biggest things you can do on your ride just to make it look completely different from any other GTI that's stock. All worth the money, even though it's quite a bit of money.
Ooh, bro boy.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the like button, and I'm gonna try to share some more content on the GTI soon. Thanks. Peace.